to think they don't care what happens to the company. Brett is a very supportive husband, but he's busy with his own job. We're almost too accepting of our lack of time together, and that worries me. We just seem to be dividing and conquering all the time, jumping from one thing to another. Sometimes none of it makes sense. To complicate things further, Jackie continued, Brett and I are beginning to talk about starting a family. I don't have a clue how I could be a decent parent with my crazy life.
Sounds pretty serious, honey. How are you holding up? Mark asked.
I'm getting by, Jackie replied. I go to work and do the best I can, but I just wish I had a moment for myself now and then.
So how can I help? Mark asked.
I'm not sure you realize it, Dad, but I've watched you more than you will ever know, Jackie answered. Beginning my own career and experiencing the struggles of keeping it all together, I often reflect on how you and Mom handle things.
What do you mean? Mark asked.
For instance, Jackie replied, you and Mom have accomplished so much, yet I hardly ever saw you struggle like I do. I just can't figure out what's wrong with me, not to mention the mess that I have going on at work. All this stress is causing me to seriously think about looking for another job.
Mark patted Jackie's hand. First of all, he began, I know that you have everything it takes to lead a full and rewarding life. I have no doubt that you can succeed in your current position. Second, I struggled more than you will ever know with many of the same life challenges. Your mother did too. Oh, the stories we could tell you. We still have moments of frustration now, but it is easier because of where we are in our careers and our personal lives. What made the difference for us was discovering an easy way to focus our time and energy on the things that are most important to us. We learned that it is impossible to do everything. We started using the process at work and later used it in other areas of our lives. In fact, I have you to thank, Mark added.
Me? Jackie replied.
Yes, when you were about 5 years old, you helped me get my act together, Mark said.
How? Jackie quipped. And if it's so helpful, why haven't you or Mom shared it with me?
Mark took a deep breath and said, Jackie, you and I are a lot alike. There was a time when I thought I had all the answers. When I started feeling overwhelmed at work, I questioned whether I could be successful. I discovered that I needed to find a way to get the right things done at the right time, he continued. I knew that if I didn't, it could affect not only my performance at work, but also my relationship with you and your mom, as well as my own personal well-being. It was around that same time that your mom and I took you to the circus, and I found the secret.
The circus? Jackie asked incredulously. You've got to be kidding. You're going to tell me that the circus will help me with life? No offense, Dad, but I think I'm a little old for clowns and elephants.
Mark smiled. Let me ask you a question, he said. When you're frustrated or feel like you can't focus or get things done at work, does it seem like you're trying to juggle elephants?
Jackie paused for a moment. I never thought about it that way, but yes, she answered with a weak smile. That's a pretty good visual for how I feel. It just seems like getting everything done is an impossible task.
How long can you stay? Mark asked.
I have a couple of hours before I need to get back, Jackie answered. Why?
Mark stood up and walked behind his desk. He opened a drawer and took out a notebook lying next to a tattered circus program. Unfortunately, I have a meeting in a few minutes that I cannot miss. It should take about an hour. I do want to talk with you more about your frustrations. While I'm gone, I want you to read something, Mark said. Over the years, several people have asked me to share my insights. I laughed because I certainly don't consider myself to be a self-help guru. Some years ago, though,